Okay, ignoring the motor that you can see in the camera right now, I have another motor mounted on this. I finally figured out where my permanent motor is going to go, and I think I'm pretty darn happy with it. There, you can see it just now. After spending countless hours going over this and over this and over this in my head, I think I found the perfect spot for it. In fact, so much so that I started fabricating a bracket for it, or a motor mount. I can't quite get far enough away from it, unfortunately, but that is where it's going to be. And I would say that is a pretty darn good little nook for it. Considering the fact that most of the time that I'm going to be around this machine, I'm going to be viewing it from either the front or from this side. So I'm going to be super, super happy about that. Plus, I'm planning on changing to a V-belt drive instead of the flat belt. Kind of give you guys a little bit of a overview of what's going on here. So, how about a little light? See how that works. Okay, so you can see this bolt head down here. I drilled and tapped into the casting for that, which in itself was a bit of a doozy. I thought I was just drilling into 1/2 inch thick cast iron, but unfortunately on the inside, right up the middle, there is a reinforcing web, so that didn't work out quite the way I'd hoped. There's a second hole drilled right above it, or started. I started in with an 1/8 inch drill bit, got, I don't know, 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches in, and then the drill bit snapped off, and well, that was pretty much the end of that hole. So I moved down just, about 5/8, 3/4 of an inch or so, and started another one. But anyways, the idea is that the motor will be able to pivot off of that bolt. I need to drill and tap for something up here. I'm thinking of possibly doing a pair of 3/8 bolts up there so that I can hopefully get on either side of that reinforcing web in there. This one had to be, obviously a single so I can pivot. I figured I'd keep it, 5/8, but the other thing is I need to reinforce this a little bit more, but I don't think, well, one idea is to put some, say 1/4 inch thick by 3/4 inch tall pieces of steel across this edge and trying to tie them into the main, the back side of it. But I'm pretty sure that in itself still won't be enough to arrest the torsional rotation on this thing. So I don't think you can see it in the camera very well, but there's a bolt right here that's tapped into the casting. What I'm thinking about doing is getting an adjustable pivot, or an adjustable link from that bolt, or from that to somewhere out here, to give it a little bit more stiffness. So it's going to be kind of a trial and error thing. I won't know for sure how the last arrangement, or how the final product is going to turn out until I actually get there, obviously. Because it's going to be a little of this, a little of that, pretty much, whatever works, works. I'll get this bracket, this motor mount off so that you can kind of see what it is, or was. ironically, it started out life as a piece of, I think, about 6-inch wide C-channel with 2-inch tall webs or sides, 2-inch tall sides. And it actually came from the same auction. This piece of steel right here came from the same auction that I got the mill from. And then I just had to add this plate here because it wasn't wide enough, obviously. It was kind of a doozy to get this hole drilled and tapped, but I got there. Okay. All right, so that is the bracket in all its glory. This right here, this piece here used to be a piece of C-channel. Already had these holes drilled in it. So what I need to do still yet is make me a slot right through here somewhere for the other mounting bolt. And then, like I said before, I'll need to get me an additional mounting link of some kind off of that right there. So, anyways, I'm pretty happy to have gotten to this point on it. It'll still take me quite a while to finish it up, but that's a big step. I think I'm going to go ahead and come up with whatever V-belt pulley is big enough to fit over this and try and bolt it, drill and tap or drill and nut of 3 or 4 fasteners into this. Didn't really want to go that way, but it's going to make a big difference if I can go to a V-belt over a flat belt on this thing, I think. So the one thing I have to do is I have to make sure that I stay clear of, or make sure that I have some sort of access to these 2 oiling ports. So other than that, I think the V-belt thing is going to be kind of a slam dunk. Ouch. So the only other thing beyond finishing up the fabrication is deciding if I want to go ahead and pep it up to high speed or keep it down on the slower speeds. So hopefully the belts will be here later this week for me to run or try it on high speed with this motor, and we'll see how that goes, and that'll be kind of my determining factor on that. The other interesting thing is, where did I put them? Oh, they're over there. My Brown & Sharpe number 9 collets came in. And unfortunately, just like my Brown & Sharpe number 7s, I have to grind off at 1/8 inch, 3/16 of an inch off of the back of these collets. I don't know what it is about ordering these things anymore. I don't know if the dimensions have changed or the length of them has changed, but every one of my Brown & Sharpe 7s had to be ground off. The other guy that I know with Cochrane Bly had to grind off his Brown & Sharpe number 9s as well. So let that be a lesson to anybody that gets one of these things in the future. So anyways, I will let you guys go and have more information later.